Oh man, so we got to talk about this DJ Vlad slash Joyner Lucas situation, right? If you haven't heard, apparently DJ Vlad has filed a federal lawsuit against Joyner Lucas, alleging copyright infringement after Joyner Lucas posted a 5-minute clip of his interview with Ari Spears clowning British rappers. This clip right here, right, where he said that this music sounds ridiculous, right? I don't know what it is with the current hip hop landscape, but it seems like everybody is so happy, right? I feel like every other week there's a lawsuit that we got to talk about. But this lawsuit right here is particularly crazy because DJ Vlad is pretty much filing this suit against Joyner Lucas because Joyner refused to do an interview with him numerous times over the course of about 5 years. After Vlad filed the suit, he pretty much told Joyner Lucas, I'll retract the lawsuit if you come in for an interview. So in other words, he attempted to extort Joyner Lucas. So according to this lawsuit, Vlad and his company, Hot In Here Incorporated, are claiming, like I said, that Joyner took one of his interview clips, reposted it on his social media without permission, and they want $150,000 in damages plus a permanent injunction. Now, we got all of this information because Joyner posted this over on his Instagram, and with everything that he posted, which included DMs we're going to go over in a minute, he had this right here, which is apparently page 4 of, I guess, the lawsuit. It says, your copyright infringement entitles DJ Vlad to actual damages, costs, attorney's fees, and statutory damages of up to $150,000 USD per infringed copyright under 17 U.S. Code 504, which is the copyright section of the law. It says, as such, DJ Vlad demands that you agree to the following by no later than August 11th, 2025. 1. Immediately cease all use of DJ Vlad's copyrighted materials. 2. Take down the second infringing post from your X page and any affiliated materials that use DJ Vlad's copyrighted materials. 3. Pay DJ Vlad for the damages he has suffered in the amount to be determined and sign an agreement reflecting the above. If you agree to the above by the date specified, DJ Vlad will release you for your past conduct and refrain from pursuing the matter further. If we do not hear from you, we will have no choice but to advise DJ Vlad to pursue with all other legal avenues to protect his rights. This letter is written without prejudice to any other claims or defenses DJ Vlad may have, all of which are hereby expressly reserved. I look forward to a timely response. In the meantime, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Okay, so you can see right there, DJ Vlad has pretty much demanded $150,000 per instance of quote unquote copyright infringement. Apparently, he posted this video over on his X account where the post raked in 4.4 million views, 2,800 reposts, and 20,000 likes before X removed it in response to DJ Vlad filing a copyright takedown request. It says here that the lawsuit says Joyner Lucas encouraged others to share the video, which allegedly led to further unauthorized distribution, and it claims that Joyner Lucas profits from increased engagement on his social media using viral posts to promote music and merchandise. Before filing the lawsuit, Hot In Here Incorporated says it attempted to resolve the issue outside of court and that Vlad was willing to drop any potential legal action in return for an interview with Joyner Lucas. Okay, now Vlad files this lawsuit. Joyner obviously is made aware of it, and he did respond, and he responded by, like I said, posting everything that he knows about this over on his Instagram, including the DMs. Now, in this post, he put a caption that said, when you get sued because you ain't want to do an interview, shaking my head. This lame dude been stalking me for years to go on his weak ass channel, and when he finally realized I won't sit down with his bitch ass because I hate everything about him, he decides he's gonna try to extort me out of one instead, shaking my head. You gotta be the bitchest of all bitch ass dudes alive. You wanted clout so bad, so here's your clout, ho. Damn, right? And anyways, with this, he posted a bunch of messages, starting with DJ Vlad reaching out to him back in 2018, where Vlad sent a message saying, I'm interested in interviewing you for Vlad TV. You killed it in Kamikaze, by the way. Joyner didn't respond to that, and then 2 years later, DJ Vlad messaged him again in May of 2020 and said, come through for an interview. It'll be legendary. Again, Joyner didn't respond, so I guess Vlad started reaching out to Joyner's team, his management, and he sent this message that said, I'm interested in interviewing Joyner for Vlad TV. This was the day after the last message that we seen, right? That went unanswered. He then sent another message, I guess back in December September of last year, where he said, I'm following up about Joyner again. Would be a good time with the Will Smith single, right? And this is around the time when Joyner Lucas dropped his song Tantrum with Will Smith, right? Joyner Lucas has been paying homage to Will Smith for a long time, even doing a music video where he like dressed up as all the different Will Smith characters. Some of y'all may remember that, but that's what he's referring to with that message. He got no response. 2 days later, he said, I'm following up again. And this time he does get a response. I guess this is Joyner's management. They send a message that says, what's good, bro? His album is dropping at the top of the year. Let's revisit this then. Vlad said, copy. A month later, following up about this interview again. You said to hit about this time. No response. Couple days later, it's good to finally meet both of you. Let's lock in the interview. And it kind of looks like maybe there was a message that's been removed or unsent here. Like some context is missing. Maybe Joyner and his management actually talked with Vlad. They said, you two will keep in touch. He said, how can we lock in the interview? I guarantee you it will be his most watched interview ever. Joyner and his team, they're pretty much unimpressed with that, right? Vlad keeps trying to flex like, oh, it's a Vlad TV. This is going to be a massive interview. This will be his biggest interview he's ever done. Vlad's ego be killing me. The management team responded pretty unimpressed and said, I'm sure it will. We just got to have the right timing. Vlad said, when were you thinking? They said, I'm not sure. I'll let you know. And then nothing for a week or two. Vlad says, call me ASAP, please. I want to settle a legal matter with Joyner before we take it to court. Right. And this comes shortly after Vlad had his clip posted on Joyner's X account. Right. But the transition here is crazy. He's basically begging for an interview. Please give me an interview. I want this interview. They don't oblige and don't make it happen. And bro switches gears immediately and goes full Drake. Call me now before I sue. It's absolutely crazy, but I think it shows exactly what type of person Vlad is, right? Stuff like this is the reason why people don't fuck with Vlad like that. The management team responded. They said, give me 5 minutes. I'll call you back. He said, okay. Looks like they may have had a phone call or something. Vlad said, let me know by 10 a.m. tomorrow what you decide to do. If I don't hear back, I'll assume you want to go the legal route. So he's trying to put a deadline on it. He's trying to control the situation. His ego is probably bruised because Joyner didn't want to sit down with him. He feels like he's the biggest. So he feels like, you know, this is Joyner kind of like sneak dissing him. So he tries to take back control of the situation by, you know, putting a timeline on it, a deadline. Call me by 10 tomorrow and let me know if we're doing this interview or if I'm suing somebody. You know, and at this point, Vlad is basically trying to extort Joyner out of an interview. I don't know what kind of interview he thought he was going to have if this did work. That'd probably be one of the most awkward interviews ever, just given the fact that Joyner would only be there because he is trying to avoid getting sued. Either way, the management says, all right, I'm going to pass it forward and let you know. But basically, you want to do an interview. And when you're trying to do this interview, Vlad says, I'm willing to forego asking for a legal copyright claim for my content being used in exchange for an interview. We can do it in our Van Nuys studio any day next week except for Tuesday. I would want to speak to him ahead of time so I know he's not going into it with a negative attitude. Now, bro is demanding not only do an interview with me, but be happy about doing this damn interview with me, which is just crazy, bro. The entitlement is crazy. The management team lets Joyner know what's going on, and apparently Joyner responded, and he basically wrote this for them to send to Vlad. It says, here's what I want you to tell Mr. Vlad for me. Dear Vlad, suck my call your attorney and do whatever you have to do. I wasn't ever doing an interview with you before in this lifetime, and you're definitely not getting an interview now. So settle your legal matters however you want to settle them, pussy. I always thought you was a bitch, and this just confirms the kind of you are. No way in this lifetime or the next will I ever allow someone like you to try to extort me out of an interview. You got me all the way up, clown. Send that to him, please. So Joyner responded, probably honestly the way that I expected Joyner to respond. This is really the way I would expect anybody to respond if they were being extorted out of an interview about their life story. I gotta give props to Joyner, you know, because a lot of people would probably just fold knowing that Vlad has some money. Vlad does have lawyers. He will sue. We seen him do it with Rick Ross. Most people might just fold because they don't want to have to pay the fees or deal with the legal battle. battle, but I gotta give it to Joyner. Joyner is like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Do what you gotta do. I see you in court. You know, it's crazy. But DJ Vlad, I guess, seen Joyner posting all of this, and he posted this over on X. He said, I'm going to respond to Joyner Lucas's temper tantrum over me suing him for copyright infringement later this week. Everything I will talk about will be facts, and they gonna skip that part though. So he's quoting, you know, what 6ix9ine said throughout his entire interview with Vlad. He calls Joyner responding to him a temper tantrum, but I mean, bro, I feel like Joyner was rightfully pissed off, right? Joyner seen this and he said, shut up, ain't no facts. Only facts is that you the biggest I ever seen. Suing me because I ain't want to do it, sit down with you and your little smug face ass and answer any of your bitch ass questions, so you decide you want to take the opportunity to sue me for clout. You've been on my for years trying to talk to me. I'm mad my manager was even nice enough to respond to your messages at all, but he was trying to be professional. You always struck me as a who would do some shit like this, which is why I ain't respect you to begin with. Hope you get all the clout you want, Goofy, cause you gonna get exactly what you been looking for. And he added DJ Vlad. So that's what happened. That's what went down. And you know, the only thing I really gotta add to this is I find it funny how DJ Vlad is always so happy when somebody uses clips of his, but then DJ Vlad get on like bootlegging people's music and selling them on mixtapes, like quite literally just theft. Right? It's the pot calling the kettle black. And to me, it's absolutely insane. I don't believe that Vlad would win this lawsuit anyways. He's basically seeking $300,000 because Joyner posted 2 clips. But there's a lot that goes into copyright law. It's not like Joyner took this and put this on TV. He made a social media post about it. Vlad's acting mad because Joyner wouldn't do an interview. I think the fact that he said, I'll let all this go if you do an interview is going to hurt him when he gets to court, because it does show that ulterior motive. But I mean, that's what we got. That's the situation, bro. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And as always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.